Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode, we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Guys and gals, welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression, history Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it, in big forehead mode. Today with Legendary Dragon decks, which was a set of like 3 pre-constructed decks revolving around Dark Magician, Cyber Dragon, and Performer Palace, or more specifically the Odd Eye stuff. I did also build a Saija deck, but ultimately I did decide against playing this node. I think there is a higher likelihood of me playing Saija in the future than Dark Magician, so I decided that for this one, I think things aligned pretty well, and I was gonna play Dark Magician for this episode. So here's gonna be what we're playing. Nothing really like crazy notable, because it's basically all reprints for the sets, and I think like every type got like 1 new card, so nothing really crazy there set breakdown wise. So let's just jump right into the deck. Starting us off, we have 3 Dark Magician. We're playing Dark Magician, we want the copies of it. Magician of Dark Illusion have 2 copies as well, and 1 more in this side. Becomes Dark Magician while specifically on the field, and you can only use each of these effects once per turn. And on your opponent's turn, you can spell summon this from your hand if you activate a spell trap or an effect, except during the damage step. And then if you activate a spell trap card or effect while this card is faced on your field, you can target a Dark Magician in your grave to summon it. And this can only be used once while Magician of Dark Illusion is on the field. So probably use it for something like extra plays, obviously. And it has the reverse of Dark Magician's stat line. Then we have a single copy of Palladium Oracle Mahad. I think this is just a cool card. When you draw it, you can reveal it and spell summon it from your hand. And then if it battles a dark monster, its attack is doubled during the damage step only into 5,000. And if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can just spell summon Dark Magician from basically anywhere except the banished zone. Is there to be a like cool like, I drew this level 7, then I now get to summon and either use it as beat stick or just make an extract play. More likely the latter, obviously. But it's cool. It's a light monster though, so can't use that to make Witch, which is something that we do need to note. But still, a cool card nonetheless. Then we have our dedicated normal summon in Magician's Rod. When it's normal summon, you can add a spell trap from your deck to your hand that mentioned Dark Magician. And then during your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell trap or effect while this is in your graveyard, you contribute a spellcaster to add this back to your hand. Pretty simple. And then we have here, we have a inheritance here, but a Dark Magician Girl is more here just for flavor. Most likely we'll side out of it, but it is here for us to make Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight, because we do have a way to summon it with Dark Removal and stuff like that, but it's like, it's still harder to get on board than something like Dark Magician, and we also don't get as much payoff for it. But you know, we're playing Dark Magician, we gotta have at least 1 Dark Magician Girl in there. The effect doesn't really matter, it just gains a little bit of attack for our Dark Magician in the grave. Then we have Apprentice Illusion Magician, which is much more likely to actually appear as our level 6, which can be spell summoned from our hand by discarding any 1 card. And then if it's normal or spell summon, you can add a Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. And during damage calculation, if your other Dark Spellcaster monster battles on opponent monster, either from your hand or field, you can send it to the grave to give the monster of yours 2000 attack and defense during damage calculation. Then we have just triple Ash here for our hand traps, and I'm actually not running the other 3 hand traps that we could in main deck, but I have elected to go for Effect Veiler with those in the side. But we're We're very hard on spells, as you can see. And for our dedicated spells, starting us off, we have Dark Magical Circle, which helps us fix our upcoming draws. When it's activated, you get to look at the top 3 of your deck. You can reveal one of them that is Dark Magician or a spell trap that mentions Dark Magician and add it to your hand. The rest, then you get to put on the top of your deck in any order, so you know your next 2 draws. And then the continuous effect on a board, if Dark Magician is normal or spell summon to your field, you can banish one of your opponent's cards by targeting it, which is very good. Then we have Dark Magic Veil, second one in the side as well. It's basically a way for us to monster reborn anything from our deck except for our hand traps and Palladium. But it's pay 1,000 to monster reborn something, basically. But it needs to be our hand or grave and a Dark Spellcaster, but 99% of the time, this is just Dark Magician. Sorry, I got hiccups. Then we have 3 copies of Dark Magic Inheritance. Banish 2 spells from your grave to add a spell trap from your deck to your hand to specifically list the card Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text. Except for Inheritance, you can only activate 1 per turn, and it's a quick effect spell. I was kind of hesitant on going 3 copies of this, but we'll see how it performs. Maybe I'll bump it down a little bit in games 2 and 3, but I still think like just having even more fetching is obviously very nice. Then we have Illusion Magic here. Attribute a spellcaster monster to add up to 2 copies of Dark Magician from your deck and or graveyard to your hand. We have a good ways of getting them on the board with stuff like Eternal Soul, so having access to them is nice. But I don't want obviously too many of this. I don't want to break on it, so that's why we're only running 1 copy. Then we have the Eye of Timaeus to summon our fusions with. Target a Dark Magician monster you control, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions that monster or the field as material, using only it as the fusion material. You can only activate 1 Eye of Timaeus per turn. And this is used to make Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight with our Dark Magician Girl. Or using Dark Magician, we can make Emily Dragon, or most likely Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. We'll cover what these do a little later. Pot of Duality, 3 copies. Pot of Greed, 3 copies, just setting us up. Obviously, Pot of Greed is just broken. We get it through Pot of Duality, and Pot of Duality sets our future turns, and we're going to be playing a like slower control deck anyway, so it's really nice to have. Magician Navigation, 3 copies as well. Special summon Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon a level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck. If you control Dark Magician extra turn, this card was sent to graveyard, you can banish this from your grave to target a face spell your opponent controls and negates its effects until the end of the turn. Helps us make a push for like game and stuff like that. It's a trap card, but still having extra stuff from our deck, and also just immediately gives us a level rank 7 play or a link play if we need it. Is very nice. It's incorporated Dark Removal. When your opponent normal spell summons monster, target one of those monsters and 1 spellcaster you control. Send both monsters to the graveyard, then so you can spell summon 1 Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck or graveyard. Really nice. Like if we go first, we normal summon something like Rod. Jeexx makes like some crazy extra deck play or something. We can get rid of that and our Rod, and then just get a Dark Magician on board. Obviously very good. And then it's a Dark Magician deck. This should be obvious. We're playing 3 copies of Eternal Soul, a continuous ship. If a Dark Magician in your monster turn is unaffected by your opponent's card effects, if this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. And the following effect of Eternal Soul can be only used once per turn. You can pick one of these. And we will always be using the first one. Suppose I'm a Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard. You can also use this to our Dark Magic Attack or 1,000 Knives from deck to your hand. We do have Dark Magic Attack here, like if Jeexx is on like a super trap stun deck for some reason, like we can side into this and we can add it with Eternal Soul, but almost exclusive, we're just using it to circle back Dark Magicians, which is obviously really good. Also gives us the protection, and this alongside Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, as you'll see soon, is obviously very good protection for our field. And for the side deck, we have extra copies of a bunch of stuff. Then we also have Sage's Stone. I'm most likely not gonna see play because I'm much more likely to side out of my 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl than to play Sage's Stone. But I couldn't pick anything for the 14th slot, so that's why here we already covered Dark Magic Attack. We have MSDs here to proc stuff like Magician of Dark Illusion. If Jeexx on a really backrow heavy deck, we can side into these. Triple Drowning Mirror Force and double Mirror Force as well. Like if we're struggling to stay alive, these are very nice for that. As with the extra deck, 2 copies of Witch's Apprentice. I think we're always going to want some links, obviously, for Master Rule until we are out of Master Rule 4. This is the Dark Attribute link. I think I said last time that I'm not always going to cover this, but it's still early, so we'll cover this. This is the Dark one, so it takes 2 of its own attribute monsters, boosts the attack and defense of its own attribute, and lowers the opposite attribute, and if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, doesn't need to be sent to a graveyard as long as it's destroyed. You can target a dark monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Then for the rest, we have stuff that we've seen here before, like obviously Big Eye, very obvious, we can just take control of our opponent's monsters. For our other like Xyz monsters, we have Ebonheim, Magician, much more likely to make this, I think, than Ebon Illusion, but still, it's there. You can play Quick Plays basically from your hand, or trap cards from our hand by detaching materials. It's kind of like the Trap Trick Sarah effect, I think, Sarah. And then if this Xyz summon card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if it's destroyed by your opponent's card effect to... Sorry, it doesn't even need to be destroyed, it just needs to be sent by your opponent's card effect. You spell summon a Dark Spellcaster from a hand or deck and pop a card on fail. So the floating is very nice and it's a big booty, but still like the effect of like activating the stuff from your hand is a little more niche, especially when compared to Ebon Illusion. Has the Dark Magician stack line, takes 2 level 7s. It can also be Xyz summoned by using a rank 6 Spellcaster, which is really nice, as we'll see shortly. And then once per turn, you can detach 1 from this card to spell summon Spellcaster a normal monster from your hand or deck. And then when a Spellcaster normal monster declares an attack, you can target a card your opponent controls and banish it. Gives us a... We make this with like something like Magician Navigation. We have this, then we get to also summon out a Dark Magician, and Dark Magician gets to banish something. And especially if you have something like Dark Magical Circle to get the banish on the summon and then also get another banish on the swing, it's actually really good. And our only rank 6 we have, because like I said, I'm more likely to side out of Dark Magician Girl, which would leave only a Princess Illusion Magician. We have Magic Magician Gal. I don't think Jeexx got to play this, but I know he's put this in a deck before. This is an OCG exclusive, because I'm pretty sure it was like Gazugata didn't want to... Like, the West wanted censorship on this card to import it to West, and said like, nope, we're not doing that, so it just never came to the West. And it's actually a relatively decent card. Once per you can detach 1 to activate one of these effects, but you also need to banish a card from your hand, which is obviously pretty steep cost, but the effects are really good. You either, not Graceful Charity, Change of Heart something, or you specifically monster reborn something from your opponent's graveyard. So 2 very powerful effects, but obviously like the cost is also deep, like having to banish a card from your hand. But if you have like a Shikabrios Timaeus or something that we don't need, then it's not too bad. Then for our fusions, we have Amulet Dragon, the least likely to come on. Well, I guess like both of these are very unlikely. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, is very good. Like once per turn, you as a quick effect, you can send a card from your hand to your graveyard to target a face card that failed destroyed, especially with something like Eternal Soul on the board, which can like recur Dark Magicians. Like if we discard something like that to get a pop, it's obviously very good. Amulet Dragon, the effect is not very good, which is the issue. It's just a big dumb beater with 29 attack, and then if it's special summoned, you target any number of spells in any graveyards, minimum 1, and banish those. And if you do this card, gains 100 attack for each card banished by this effect. And then if it's destroyed, you can target a spellcaster monster in your graveyard to spell summon the target. If Jeexx also on Dark Magician, like this could be very big. My pushing machine keeps making weird noises. Hopefully those are not all caught up on tape. If they are, I apologize. But Amulet Dragon, like, it's just a big dumb beater with, like, okay, it has a floating effect, but I don't know if this would be worth, especially when, like, earlier I said that Eternal Soul, if it leaves the field, we need to pop all of our monsters, and that's what we have Dark Magician the Dragon Knight for, which is what we'll be summoning most of the time, because obviously we summon this with Dark Magician, and then it's also treated as Dark Magician while on the field or in the graveyard, so you can also park something like Dark Magical Circle, and most importantly, your opponent cannot target spells you control with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So this protects Eternal Soul, and Eternal Soul protects this thing, which Jeexx needs to find a more than 3k beater to get rid of Dark Magician and the Dragon Knight, which is obviously very good. But yeah, I was gonna say like a short-ish deck breakdown. I guess like that's the standard for me. Like 13 minutes is short for me, and even that's like talking about stuff that we've like, it's all old. We haven't really seen it before, most of it, but like still, it's all older stuff. But I'm pretty excited about this. Obviously, every time it's like these fan favorite cool archetypes, I just get to play like a cool anime archetype like this. Like, I'm very excited about that. It'll be interesting to see what Jeexx ends up playing. That's also part why I decided to go for Dark Magician, because I think like that's the by far the least likely that Jeexx would end up playing. It is between playing Pendulum or playing Sidra, and if I had to guess, I would say that he's going to pick Pendulum, but we shall see. Thank you for watching the deck breakdown, though. Hopefully enjoy Jeexx as well, and afterwards we will see you in the dueling zone.
Okay, so we're playing Legendary Dragon decks. Legendary Dragon decks contains Dark Magician, Cyber Dragon, and Pendulum Dragons. I'm aware that one of these is not really a dragon deck, but don't worry about it. They decided to label it as one, so the Dark Magician Dragon deck is a dragon deck. Don't worry about it. But I'm playing Pendulums, mostly because of the fact that I want to play Pendulums during Master Rule 4 before they get any significant support to facilitate playing them in Master Rule 4. And in this set, we also get a couple of decent support cards for Pendulum strategies, specifically Odd-Eye strategies, using, for example, Arc Pendulum Dragon here, and also Spiral Flame Strike. These two are really good cards overall. Like, you can add any Odd-Eyes Pendulum card from your deck to play, from your deck or face-up extra deck to your hand. And whenever an Odd-Eyes card is destroyed, you can spell summon an Odd-Eyes monster from your deck, hand, or graveyard. These two cards are really good. I'm aware that I'm playing a 60 card version of this deck. I could definitely be playing, I could be playing a 40 card deck, and a 40 card deck would be infinitely more consistent. But as you can probably tell, we have a lot of ways of searching cards in this, so I deemed it doesn't matter. Because like if we just sort these real quick, if we put all the searchers that exist in this deck into one spot, over half of the deck, I think, is gonna end up being searchers. Yeah, like from Pendulum Call, okay, this is not a searcher. From Pendulum Call downwards, it's all searchers. Like 50% of this deck is just searchers. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much detail over a lot of these cards. We have Ash Blossom, we have Black Fang. We've seen a lot of these cards already. We have Chronograph. We don't have Astrograph anymore, as we all should be aware. Astrograph got banned because Weebfox didn't appreciate the fact that I was using Astrograph in my Lightsworn deck. Disregarding the fact that Astrograph could be far worse to deal with in other decks. But yeah, it would probably got shot now, if not then. Then we have Harmonizing Magician, Noble Dragon, Mirage, Odd-Eye Synchron, Pendulum Sorcerer, so on and so forth. Purple Poison Magician, Miracle Synchro Fusion again, in case we happen to be in a position where we can summon out Zark, and that can actually be fairly doable because of the fact that we have access to, again, all different types of dragon monsters, so Zark could easily be dealing with a lot of shit. And then we have Spiral Flame Strike, which allows you to, if you control an Odd-Eyes monster, trigger one card on the field and destroy it. And if you do not choose to do that, or don't control an Odd-Eyes monster, you can add to your hand one level 7 Odd-Eyes monster from your deck, or one face-up level 7 Odd-Eyes Pendulum monster from your deck, extra deck to your hand. So you can add Arc Pendulum or Odd-Eyes Pendulum to your hand with it. It's really good. It's a really good card. Then we obviously have our Odd-Eyes Arc Pendulum, which I mentioned. If an Odd-Eyes monster is Odd-Eyes card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Odd-Eyes monster from hand, deck, or graveyard. And yeah. Then in the extra deck, we don't really have anything interesting outside of Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, which has the effect of once per turn, you can target one card on the field or in the graveyard, and until the end phase, this card's name becomes that monster's original name, and replace this effect with that monster's original effect. Also, for the rest of this turn, if your monster attacks a defense plus your monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. It's a contact fusion between two Dark Pendulum monsters, which we have a lot of. And then Supreme King Dragon Clearwing, which has the effect of, if this card synchro summon, destroy all face-up monster your opponent controls, and once per turn, before damage calculation, if it's called battles of the opponent's monster, you can destroy that monster, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent, equal that monster's original attack. And if this card is in your graveyard, you contribute to Supreme King Dragon monsters and spell summon this card. And then we also have Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion, which has the effect of, it requires two level 4 Dark Pendulum monsters. Again, a lot of those. Once per turn, during damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can detach one material from this card, and until the end of the turn, change the attack of that face-up card to 0, and if you do, this card gains the attack equal to that card's original attack. And during the battle phase, you can return this card to the extra deck and spell summon 2 Supreme King Dragon or Supreme King K Pendulum monsters from your face-up extra deck in defense position. Again, this card is a little nerfed by Master Rule 4, like the second effect. I could have probably gone for a Supreme King deck instead of a Odd-Eyes deck, but due to the fact that a lot of these cards simply don't really function with how Master Rule 4 makes this deck play, we're gonna see where this goes. And then obviously we're playing Witch's Apprentice for the Link card because we need a Link, otherwise we can't play the game. Zark and Odd Eyes Raging Dragon as a Pendulum extra deck monster for Odd Eyes Fusion if we don't happen to have any in the deck. And then we have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, and it's just like if Weebfox happens to be playing Sidra and it happens to be in a situation, he happens to go into a situation where he has a Cyber Dragon and one or more Regime Monsters on board, I can just deal with that board by using this card. Time Star Magician, Double Iris, so on and so forth. Pot of Riches, shuffle 3 Pendulum Monsters into your deck from your graveyard and or face up extra deck and draw 2 cards. Cannot spell summon any cards turn you active this card except by Pendulum Summon. This deck isn't really anything new. We've played a bunch of these decks so far. It's a Pendulum deck, but this time we're playing in a Master of 4, and will be interesting to see how it performs. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
What is up, ladies and lads, and welcome back to the Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey, this time with Legendary Dragon decks, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And once again, I'm immediately... Wait, what did I flip? Oh, yeah. I'm immediately just letting you know we're double recording. So next time when you see me wearing the exact same thing... I'm not stinky.
Bro,
I don't wear the same shirt for a week straight. And also, if you're a watcher of an avid watcher of what's his face? Oh, what are we doing here? Yeah, let's not do that. If you're an avid watcher of also the Pokemon Learning Journey, this is terribly aged. When yeah, that's fine. Actually, this is a hard voice, but anyway, yeah. The statement that I made about Horse Girls is very poorly aged because
very poorly aged.
I might have done some installing.
Bro, literally went like, nah, man, this horse game is so dog shit. I fucking hate this horse game, dude. I made all of my Pokemon named after the horse girls, but damn, this horse game. The day after,
Okay, I changed that literally on the day.
Horse game. This guy, the nerve of this guy. SMH in my head.
Anyways, I'm gonna put Squidward window meme on the screen so you can do your whatever you're comboing. But this is literally how I felt. And now I hate to admit it, but I get it. I get it.
You're the chosen one!
Anyways,
I would like to add to my hand a Skull.
Oh my god, how could this be?
And then I would like to normal summon the Skullcrow Batioker.
But if you close your eyes, we're in Link era, but
we're in Link era, baby. Isn't it cool? I heckin' love Link era.
This is where if I didn't have to schedule all of this in advance and I wasn't lazy and starved for time, this is where I would search up one of our episodes where probably this exact voice state happened and from an earlier episode and just put, but if you close your eyes, Pompeii playing on it. But I will not do that, so you can just imagine it here.
Just imagine. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Imagine.
And there's a couple of problems with this deck that I'm like running into, and they're largely just based off of the fact that I don't really have good methods of summoning shit in this. And I'm gonna just add this. I'm just gonna put this in the spell trap zone, and then I would like to declare a pendulum summon. To summon out a perform power Yugo Golem. Then I would like to not do shit. And then I would like to go into a Supreme King Dragon Banana. And pass.
Rebellion. One of the damage calculates if it's got balance on damage. You can do this one and change the attack to Facebook button to 0 if you do discuss gains attack. Alright. The battlefield square, you go to discuss map Supreme Dragon Super game from your face up extra deck. I see. So it's a big beater for now.
Yeah. And there's also a problem with what that says. You can special summon 2 Supreme King Dragons or Supreme King K Pendulum Monsters from face up extra deck in defense position. What that needs
Oh yeah, because you can. Yeah. So you need your link first. Yeah. Good luck setting up a board for this shit.
Like, isn't it super self-evident just what they were doing?
I
Yeah, that's fine.
respect it as a pendulum hater. Pot it fine.
Yeah, but it's fine. Fine. It doesn't make sense to negate pot of greed when you can play cards that do more, and I can negate those.
Yep.
Like, sure, +1 is good and all, but what if you just like search the thing that you draw into as well, and you have ways of then doing that anyway? Rather not play the RNG game on that.
That is fair. That is fair. I'm kind of between two things. Sure, let's fire off a pot of duality as well.
Okay.
Another pot,
Oh,
Magician's Rod and Magician's Navigation.
That's not bad.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Like, you can just get Magician's Rod if you don't have any other normal summons. You can get Magician's Navigation to that too. It's pretty fucking good. You cannot special summon this turn.
Yeah, I know.
Sure you remember.
I'm mostly like, because both of these are like mostly just set up for the following turn. I'm mostly just thinking. Both of these are actually really nice. God, that's a hard choice.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not taking the pots, but it's like.
I mean, you could take the pot. Wait, next turn? Don't do anything this turn?
And don't do anything next turn either, and just fucking explode to this dragon?
Just die, yeah?
I kind of like the way you think, you know?
I didn't realize it, but I actually had a fairly decent play last turn that I could have used to extend, because I forgot that this thing doesn't require a pendulum tuner or something. It's pretty cool. Me, when I get the called...
I think I will go for Rod. And I will shuffle the...
Taking the rod, I see.
I will shuffle the rest back in the deck. Then I will normal summon said Rod. And I would like to use the effect. Is that okay?
Yeah. That is okay.
And I think you always grab a circle of this, because obviously I just want to know what I'm getting. And then I will set a card, and I will set... No. No, I don't think I will. That's gonna be all she wrote.
By the way, Dark Magical Circle doesn't say excavate. Which is really weird.
You look.
It should.
You didn't show them to the other person.
Oh.
Pot is fine.
Pot of greed.
Go for it.
Well, you know what they say, right?
When it's rains, it pours.
No. Fuck you. I'll just go face.
Would you like to use the effect?
Once per turn before damage calculation. Or damage
You can.
So you cannot activate anything. Is this until battle phase? Until the end phase? Wait, no? And until the end of this turn. Yeah, it does gain until the end of this turn. I think I would like to activate its effect.
Oh, great heavens.
Yeah.
So I'm taking 41, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 41.
This thing's kind of scary.
Yeah. And like I
Like
think overall
it's
like this set's like power level isn't that crazy, so just having a big dumb beater is pretty good.
yeah, yeah. And then I would like to simply honestly pass.
I will adoro. Well, I would have loved to have that earlier, but beggars can't be choosers. Let
It
us
can't be bigger.
let's go digging.
No way.
Is this okay?
He's using power duality again, guys.
So
Yes,
you just have to believe me that I'm not shuffling my decks. I will draw 3 into my hand to look, and I can pick a Dark Magician or a Spell Trap that mentions. I get. Oh yeah, that's actually would work as well. And um um I think I'll take.
About?
I'm Ermin.
We Ermin. We Ermin. We Ermin.
I will.
I heckin' love Ermin.
I will take. I'll just show it like this. I'll take Illusion Magic to my hand, and I will shuffle the other 2. Oh, I get to order them. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You get to stack your deck.
We'll do this and this. And yeah, this one to my hand. Then I will activate Eternal Soul. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I will. Suspesaru Shaman from my handle.
I wonder what it's actually called in Japan because I don't know.
A Dark Magician.
Or something.
And upon the summon of Dark Magician, I would like to use the effect of a magical circle to banish this guy.
Yep.
Then I would like to skibbity bitty babu bop beep. I don't love it, but I will still activate the Eye of Timaeus.
Nani?
To fuse my Dark Magician as the only material to summon out Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. And then I'll tribute that with Illusion Magic to get Dark Magicians. Imagine?
This is so fucking not the worst card in the world, but I'm looking at this like
it's not great, but I think it's cool. I think.
Yeah, I think Eye of Timaeus was like a quick play spell. It would be really sick.
Yeah. Just like so, like okay, only one, but it needs to be on board, and it's, you know,
Yeah,
it's not great. And that'll be all she wrote.
Righty then, chat room. Normal summon Skullcrab Joker.
Fuck you.
No. Then I would like to. That's annoying. I would like to declare Pendulum Summon.
Pendulum Summon declaration is okay.
I would like to summon Ash Blossom and Joy Spring and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
Oh yeah, wait, I can.
Let me just get this one out too.
Well, that's fucking terrifying. So I can Eternal Soul a DM here.
Correct.
But Oh yeah, how does Black Rose interact? Because my fusion is protecting my Eternal Soul, and my Eternal Soul is protecting my fusion. So Black Rose wouldn't work here, right?
Black Rose doesn't do anything.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm mostly just
Black
thinking,
Rose
what
prevents it from popping shit.
do I want to banish? It's a 10, it's a 7. What fucking 10 is there? There's definitely some 10. I might end up regretting this, but I'll use Eternal Soul, and I think I want to banish Odd Eyes.
I banish Odd Eyes.
Let's see
Then,
if I end up regretting this.
I would like to activate the effect of Black Fang Magician to target a Drug Magician, because they can be targeted, but they cannot be affected. I'd like to destroy my Black Fang Magician to half that thing's attack. Doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Then,
It
I would like
becomes
to activate the
a
effect of...
20-50.
No, it doesn't. It's unaffected by card effects.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. I
You're
would
right.
like to then activate the effect of Black Fang Magician to special summon a Dark Spellcaster monster from my graveyard. I would like to special summon Performer Pal Skullcrow Bat Joker.
That's fine.
What is bro thinking?
I'm mostly just thinking. I mean, you can make. Yeah, actually, I guess that's. You're probably just making big eye, right? Yeah, this doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then. Oh, that's annoying, actually. I forgot that this thing is.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Never mind. It doesn't even work because Eternal Soul. This is such an annoying board state for you.
Hey.
I guess just needs to be something big.
So there's a problem here.
Uh-huh.
The card I was gonna synchro into
Yeah.
doesn't fit the criteria that I needed to be.
Oh,
It's, yeah.
that sucks.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it's a fire because like all the Odd Eyes stuff is apparently different attributes. But I forgot about
Is
that because I was
it?
thinking, oh yeah. They're all. I thought they were all darks, but no.
I was just gonna
Absolute, for
say
example,
that. Oh.
like this. They're all different types.
Gone to my head, what attribute are the Odd Eyes extra deck monsters? I just rip hard dark on all of them. Is there a does Odd Eyes have like main deck stuff? That's because like aren't all the like different magicians that are like the some
dark.
dragon? They're all dark, yeah.
Yeah. Same with this guy. This guy's also dark. All the Odd Eyes main deck stuff is dark, and pretty much almost all of the like magicians are dark.
That's
There's a few
so
exceptions.
strange, actually.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
I would have so confidently told you that everything there is dark.
Man.
That's like a Mandela effect to me, because like I'm trying to think in my brain, and I'm like, I swear Meteor Burst is a dark. I swear I saw the dark logo in there.
And I think that kind of fucks me up actually. So I didn't put the rank 4s in because I felt like it was an unrealistic situation.
It's always the, yeah, this shit probably won't happen, and it happens game one.
Yeah. We'll go next one. Because like I do have these in my extra, but they're also not usable in that situation because they're specifically for Pendulum Magicians. And Skullcrow Bat, as we know, is a Performer Pal. It's not a magician.
Yeah.
So
that's annoying.
that was unfortunate.
Yeah. What can you do? I need to decide a couple things, so I'll pause the recording for just a second. All right, and
we
once again, the side is not wanting to cooperate with us.
Every Monday.
Every. It's always
Every
Monday,
fucking
man.
Monday. Man. I would like to set some scales.
I'd rather you
like
not.
to set I would like to activate Odd Ice Arc Pendulum Dragon. And then I would like to activate Odd Ice Pendulum Dragon.
In Odd Atmosphere hand, deck or graveyard. Yep.
And I would like to proceed to the end phase and destroy my Odd Ice Pendulum Dragon. Then, oh no, not there. Then, I would like to trigger the effects of Odd Ice Arc Pendulum and Odd Ice Pendulum in that order. Yes, in that order.
That is fine.
So, I would like to add to my hand a 1,500 or less Pendulum monster. And then I would like to special summon from my hand, deck, or graveyard a Odd Eyes monster. And for one of these, I shall be adding a 1.2, 1.7. Cannot believe Skullcrow Bad Joker doesn't count for this shit. Like, bro,
He's too big.
What do you mean? He's too big. He's huge. Small as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
He's fast as fuck, bro. I would like to add to hand a Purple Poison Magician. Then I would like to special summon a Odd Eyes monster. I will be special summoning. Is it this thing? Is this thing? I'm thinking this thing, because this thing is small enough that it can kind of do stuff, can survive a bit. That thing you need to actually swing over. If this can get banished, it's not of that big of a minus. You actually need to, yeah, I might as well summon a Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon in defense position. And over to you.
Mirage. Well, that's because in your friend zone, you can target all that's monster you control. The vicinity with this parallel card effect is not destroyed. Alright.
Yeah, it's just protecting itself.
Yeah. Well, I would like to start my turn off with a pot of duality.
Okay.
Let's banish 3. And, well, I will very much like to grab a circle to my hand. Then the rest go shuffled back.
Make you might take a shuffle.
And then actually no, that doesn't make sense anymore yet. Then I will normal summon a Magician's Rod. Is that okay?
Wow. That is okay. The summon itself is completely fine. The search is but it's also okay.
And now I don't... I mean, I guess I could still grab another circle, but... I think... I would rather... Anything, eh?
Meeny, miny.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah.
Who's a little tiny hoe? I'll go for Magician's Navigation. Then I would like to set a card. And I guess it doesn't matter. You can just... That's anyway. I'll set another and I'll swing into Mirage Dragon.
I would like to chain Mirage. Actually, do I even fucking care? Wait, because if I just let this thing die, I could just special summon another one. It's kind of sick, but this at least gives me some security. So I would like to use the effect of Allies Mirage Dragon to prevent it from being destroyed once per turn.
Okay.
Card effect or battle.
I will proceed to the main phase 2, and I will proceed to my end phase N. I will call it there.
Alrighty then, chat. Visit the model. I shall activate.
Chat, what is he saying? Please translate.
Chat, please translate. Purple Poison Magician.
PP Poison.
Yippee!
The PP Magician.
The PP Magikian. I would like to normal summon Time Baker Magikian.
The Baker.
Then I would like to send Arise Mirage Dragon and Time Breaker Magikian to my extra to summon out Wee Witches Apprentice.
Yippee!
Yippee! I cannot believe this Wee Witch and her stupid dogs.
Wee Witch is okay.
Would like to declare a Pendulum Summon.
You go for it.
I would like to summon from my hand an Arise Arc Pendulum Dragon and an Harmonizing Magician. And from my extra deck, I would like to summon out a Arise Pendulum Dragon and a Arise. Oh, not that. Not there. Not there. Arise Mirage Dragon.
Yeah, yeet.
Hmm?
You just yeeted
Is it
that.
okay?
Yeah. It's fine. I was more like about the. You just yeeted that shit.
It's minor mistakes.
Stratosphere.
Then I would like to summon out, using the effect of Harmonizing Magician, another Magician Pendulum monster from my extra deck. Not extra, my main deck. My main deck. Then I shall be summoning out a. Let me see. I don't have anything.
Me personally, I think I just, I'd make Black Rose here with Mirage and Harmonizing. I think that's your best play.
You're wrong.
No, I just said what I personally would do. You don't have to do that.
Me personally, I would like to just summon out a White Wing Magician. Then,
the White Woman Magician.
The White Woman Magikian. And I would like to overlay. What does this do again? Just double check. I would like to start off by Master Wolf Force, overlaying my Pendulum Dragon, and then special summoning an Odd-Eyes Absolute Dragon.
Attack, if this guy sends a graveyard, you can spell summon out. That's very extra deck, except. Okay.
And then I would like to Link Summon using Wee Witch's Apprentice and Odd-Eyes Mirage Dragon to summon out another Wee Witch's Apprentice.
Yep.
And overlay my White Wing Magician and my Harmonizing Magician on the left side.
Yeah, overlaying is really annoying. That.
Out. Time Star Magician.
I've seen this before. I thought you could do that. Alright.
Then I would like to activate the effect of Time Star Magician to detach a material, and then add to my hand a Dark Spellcaster type monster. Assuming this is okay.
That is fine.
To add a. I would like to add a. That's a Dark Spellcaster. That's a Dark Spellcaster. What the fuck do you mean? I guess. I think this is probably my best bet. Like, actually. I would like to add a Performer Pal School Crobat joke. Then, I would like to go into battle phase. And I would like to. All of my dark type monsters gain 500, and your magician's rod gains 500.
When you
Very
go in
important,
into
very relevant.
battle,
Going to battle phase, yes.
and you can still do stuff. I'll still do this here. I will fire off the magician navigation.
Yeah.
To summon out a dog magician, and then also attempt to special summon a level 7 or lower dark spellcaster monster from my deck. Is that okay?
That is okay. Wait,
because it's then. So if you can ash this part if you'd like.
No. This is after you activate this, you do both of these.
Okay, then
They're both ashable. Like the whole thing is ashable.
Then actually, would I rather get? Because this gets... Sure. We will summon out from my deck a Magician of Dark Illusion in defense mode.
Okay.
Then you can proceed.
I can proceed. All of these have plus 500, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is quite annoying.
No, I personally like it.
It's quite annoying.
Thank God I ended up going with the Dark Magician deck instead of the Sidra deck. Bro, my poor core would have been like 0 attack against like some 3.5k beaters just getting absolutely pummeled.
I would like to declare an attack. I would like to attack into... Just double check. This is if you activate this face up on the field, you can do Dark Magician equivalent. Okay. I would like to attack into the Magician of Dark Illusion, and
sure.
during before damage calculation, I would like to activate the effect of Purple Poison Magician to destroy it and have my Time Star Magician gain 1,200. But important note, it is not that it has to be destroyed. It doesn't have to be destroyed. So I can use Time Star Magician's effect here to, instead of destroying it, replace its destruction by sending a Dark Pendulum Magician spellcaster. One spellcaster. Any spellcaster.
It could be anything you'd ever want.
Damn, that's actually kind of crazy.
I follow your dreams.
Double iris. But yeah, this is 3.6 to 4.1 into the Magician of Dark Illusion.
Yep. It unfortunately perishes.
Actually, wait, let me. I won't bother doing this thing. It's just stupid. And I'll just pop this and then pop the Dark Magician as well, and then both are gone.
Okay. So you're targeting my Dark Magician with the pop?
Yes, I would like to pop the Dark Magician. You can sack it.
In that case, I'll just flip this in, so it's unaffected by that.
Alrighty. And then I would like to declare an attack using Weech's Apprentice on to the Magician's Rod. Is this okay?
Yep. Damage step?
Yep. Damage step. It dies.
Yep.
And then I take 200.
200.
And I would like to use the effect of Weech's Apprentice to add back to my deck a Weech's Apprentice from my graveyard.
Yep.
Then I would like to declare another attack into Dark Magician. Is this okay?
I think, yeah. Yeah, that is fine.
I would like to negate my attack with Odd Eyes Absolute Effect.
Okay.
I would like to detach a material from it, and then I'd like to negate this, and then special summon my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon from my graveyard.
Yep.
Then I would like to attack into the Dark Magician using my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
Yep, they will crash.
Okay. Then I would like to send this to the graveyard. Not graveyard, face up to the extra deck. Activating the effect of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon to special summon from my deck an Odd Eyes monster. I would like to special summon Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will attack into the Magician's Rod using
I
Odd
will
Eyes
take
Pendulum
900. And a Magician
You will
Rod
take
perishes.
more than 900. Take 1.8 thousand because of the effect of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
Here it is. No, this is pendulum. This is pendulum opponent. Any pendulum. Oh, it's any. Yeah, gotcha. So I will take another 9.
Yeah, and then I think that's it.
That's a pretty good turn.
That's not bad.
Let's. Oh, that's really funny. Well, since in my draw step I drew Palladium Oracle Mahad, I will special summon it.
Bro, that's huge! What the fuck is this card, man? 3 special summons
It's funny.
in 2027? No, sorry, 2017. Yeah.
Yeah, then I will go stand by main. So we're going to skins, and this was negations. That's really annoying. I mean, I fired this up here because I do want to see what I'm working with here. And do I go for another difficult decision, actually?
I can believe it.
What does this do to me? It gets me. Sure. I will grab to my hand Dark Magic Inheritance. And then I will put the rest to the top of my deck, like so. Then I would like to attempt to use Eternal Soul to revive back a Dark Magician.
Dark Magician.
And now this is where it's really fucking annoying. Because this thing has a negation and then it gives you summons from hand or grave. And this thing just... this is once per turn. This propel or card affecting is possible not that much from your hand, deck, or graveyard.
Does not protect itself.
Yeah. It is just... God, this is annoying.
Bro.
I might... there is nothing... No, none of this shit does anything. What about... Yeah, I don't love it. I will banish Absolute Dragon.
Okay, I shall. And then I would like to activate the effect of Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon when it gets into the field.
If
I
it's sent
would
to the
like
graveyard.
Oh, wait, which one is that? Because one of these had the thing that it when it left the field. Never mind.
I think it's the fusion.
Is it Vortex?
I might be thinking, but I'm pretty sure it's the fusion.
No, it's not Vortex either. Because one of them had an effect that just says when it leaves the field, it does a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no one.
But if the leaving the field also target, then I don't think it would have been as hard of a decision for me. But the thing does too many things. It's annoying. But now here is where my issue lies. Because if I do... Does that do anything? Because let's say I do that. And no, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I will just fire off Diotimaeus. My Dog Magician will become Dog Magician, the Dragon Knight, once more. And then I will activate.
Wait. No. I'm not.
Dark Magic Inheritance. Banishing 2 spells from my grave. To add a spell trap, once again, that lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. And yes, I'm fucking stupid. God damn it. Shit. It's gotta be. Yeah, I'll just get it just in case. We'll go for Eternal Soul. And then I will proceed to combat. And so this gets you other spawns from your hand, deck, or grave. Basically, it just fucking gets you anything. And
Except
then
from the extra deck.
Yeah, this was once. Oh wait, but this.
Which would also have to go into the EMZ when you summon it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this protects stuff anyway. So, guess it needs to this anyway. So I will swing into Time Star for 5,000.
Yeah.
So what? 26, yeah. And then Dragon Knight into Pendulum Dragon for 5.
And then I would like to activate the effect of Arc.
Yep.
To summon out a token. Not a token, a Odd Eyes.
I actually, I like the first one a lot more. Let's go for that.
I mean, a token wouldn't be bad either. Yeah. Double checking. Yeah. I would like to summon out an Odd Eyes Synchron in defense position.
You can target. Oh, that's pendulum effect. If this. Oh yeah, it's banishment. So this makes a 6 with the Crobat in your hand. 6. Thinking isn't for me. So we're not gonna think.
Overthinking.
We're not gonna think.
Stand by main. I'd like to activate a terraforming.
Just always add Sky Iris, surely, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I would like to add a Sky Iris. Then I would like to normal summon a Skullcrow Bat Joker.
On this I need to think, because I think... Yeah, this might be a mistake, but on the summon I would also like to chain Eternal Soul Summon. Summon a Dark Magician. And this is what I might end up regretting, but I would like to banish Pendulum Dragon.
Okay. And Skullcrab by Joker?
Yeah. The search is fine.
Okay. I would like to add into my hand a
I don't know the other card in your hand, correct? I just know Skyris. Oh yeah, it was, yeah, the other one was Joker earlier.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. We got it. I would like to add to my hand a former pal Google. Then I would like to activate a monkey board.
Monkey.
I would like to activate the effect of monkey board.
That is fine.
To add to my hand another target. Another performer pal. Actually, can I flip these? What if I search Black Fang Magician using Skullcrab and Yugo Golem with monkey board?
That's fine.
Then I would like to. But that doesn't work, does it? Wait, is there actually? Just fucking. I'll go back into my deck to look into it real quick. Just put this.
Sure. So like instead of Black Fang, you're for something else.
Yeah, because scroll back, I can look for Perform Pals, Odd Eyes, or whatever else really.
Yeah,
just
that's
if
fine.
There's like anything.
It's not affected anything about the game state, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Well, like obviously matters, but like no harm in there.
I guess I'll just search for Odd Eyes Unicorn instead.
Okay. So Golem and Unicorn were the search.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would like to activate Odd Eyes Unicorn.
Let's do once while this here in when your last monster declares attack, you target perform monster, attacking monster gets stack equal to the attack. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
That is fine.
Okay. Then I would like to declare Pendulum Summon.
That is fine.
I believe. I think I have to. Yeah. I'd like to summon out Yugo Golem and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
Does every Odd Eyes monster have heterochromia?
Yeah.
I just now realized that. That's a really cool detail.
They all have homophobia in there.
I can't believe they are homophobic just like Hoshino. So this is
just like
confused and a fusion monster on Golem. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then I would like to declare a fusion summon. I would like to fuse off my Yugo Golem and my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon to summon a Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Now, if this was not Master Rule 4, I would actually have a really good board here. Because I could then go into an 8 using Odd Eyes Synchron, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to...
Monsters attack to yourself to face upon okay. Destroy that card.
Alright.
I would like to bounce into your hand your Mahag.
Can we, adding a card to my hand, obviously it's, it's drawing it, right? Yeah, that's fine.
If it was, wait, actually, does returning a card to your hand count as adding it to your hand?
It's adding it to your hand, yes, but not drawing.
But I'm wondering because there's cards that say if this card was added to your hand by the effect of another card.
Yeah, that would trigger on bouncing, because I'm pretty
That's
sure that's also how
interesting.
the like new Harpy staff that actually wants to bounce stuff like interacts. It's literally just like if a card was added to a player's hand this turn.
Interesting. That's cool. But yeah, like as I was saying, if I had the ability to actually make like anything here, make like a 8 here, I could have a fairly good board. But because of Master Rule 4, like this really showcases just how gimped non-link strategies are, in the sense that you're only playing one extra monster and then you're playing control pieces. But I'm
Yep.
playing a deck that revolves around playing the extra deck, and I'm really like kneecapped by the fact that I have to be using links. I do
Yeah.
not have the resources to be playing links.
It's kind of neat that you're playing almost a like similar strategy to what you played earlier. So like you just get to see exactly like how insanely different it is. Like especially for pendulum strategies, but like
That's a part of the
for
reason
everything.
why I really wanted to play this again, because it feels like we're never gonna see a pendulum deck before Electromite comes out again. So it really feels like this is the only time when I can actually showcase just how gimped pendulum and non-link strategies are at the beginning of the like link era.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I would like to go into combat, and I would like to swing into your Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, and I would like to activate the effect of my Odd Eyes Unicorn to target my Skullcrobat Joker, and I would like to grant my Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon 1,800 attack.
I'm thinking here. I mean, you're not swinging over this, but what the fuck am I doing with one Dark Magician after I get that? And I know the last card is Sky Iris, so yeah, I think that is okay. So I'm taking what, 13, correct? It adds the attack of the yeah. I will take 13.
And then I would like to go to main phase 2, activate Sky Iris, declare the effect of Sky Iris to pop my Odd Eyes Unicorn. This is the cost. Would you like to negate Sky Iris? Actually, no, it's not the cost. Wait, my bad. Doesn't go here. I thought it was destroy one other card you control, and then if you do.
You can target one other physical card, just right then if you do that. Okay, yeah.
I'm targeting Odd Eyes Unicorn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Odd Eyes Unicorn gets popped. I would like to add it to my hand in Odd Eyes card. I will be adding. Honestly, I think this is by far my best bet, but at the same time, it's a complete fucking brick if you don't wipe my board. So I don't think that's worth it. I don't have any way of preventing you from. Oh no, I can't. Actually, never mind. That fucking blows. Do I have any way of searching anything to that? That's a 1.5k card. It allows me to pop some shit. It'll allow me to search for this. Allow me to summon it. Sometime next decade, maybe. Ah, fuck. I can also add this. Can only protect Odd Eyes monster. Can protect this. Which is bad. I think I'll add to my hand an Odd Eyes Mirage. No, never mind. Fucking, I forgot it has to be on the board to use its actual effect. So I'll just add a Odd Eyes Fusion to my hand. And pass.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna have to point out a couple of things about Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon before you start thinking about your turn. It has the effect of I can negate the activation of a spell or trap card or another monster's effect when it's
Yeah.
activated.
I know, and
Yep.
that is what makes this thing really. I was just gonna say my turn is really annoying because of Vortex Dragon, but literally the first things that must be done, I would like to go to combat and swing into a Vortex Dragon.
Okay.
And then, well, you get to a chance to use your negate because I would like to in a damage step give my Dark Magician to get more attack.
Well,
It's basically like you just get to pick whether we crash or not.
I mean, you get a banish if I let you do this. Can you summon any Dark Magician? You can only summon Dark Magicians. This does not count as a Dark Magician. This does not count as a Dark Magician in the graveyard. This counts. So then it does not matter. Doesn't matter how I do this. Yeah, I think I will be negating it. I will be shuffling back into my deck. Odd-eyed unicorn.
Yeah. So as a result, we will end up crashing.
Yep.
Yep. Then main 2. Use the effect of Eternal Soul. Summon back my Dark Magician. And, well, I don't have good choices here too. Is here.
I mean, you can banish Sky Eyes.
I think Sky Eyes makes the most sense.
The only issue is that well, this was only normal, so it's just a level 2 tuner. This just gets you stuff from your deck. Yeah, I will banish Iris.
Yep. I think that's the way to go, because Iris is just essentially fueling my entire strategy from here on out.
Yeah. Then,
because like even know the fact that I decided to go for Odd Eyes Fusion instead of something that has a scale.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just go for another Dragon Knight. Might as well. And then I don't think there's anything else here.
Yeah.
So I will go and face Eternal Soul and Dark Magician Magical Circle. Definitely carry my legacy here.
So I would like to activate the effect of Asynchron targeting Monkey.
A monkey. So this will do. It summons it.
And then gives you a synchro. Yeah.
This I know this is bait. I'm biting. I'm chaining Eternal Soul.
Okay.
Banish Synchron.
Vanishing. Okay. I don't actually know how this resolves from here. I think it doesn't because it can't synchro summon.
Yeah, do you still if you do immediately
I don't think I can resolve this at this point. It has to resolve.
I assume that Monkey Boy still gets summoned, but I actually don't know because it's like one per turn you can target a card, spell summon it, but it doesn't negate it if any, and if you do. Yeah, because like is the and if you do, does it limit it? Because like you literally would need to synchro summon if you summon it, but because you can't resolve it.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering because I feel like both would make sense.
Yeah.
But
bro, why do I have 8 Discord notifications? Jesus Christ, I'm playing card games.
okay, so apparently you cannot summon the card if you don't have legal targets for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that I found.
Okay.
Can I activate one of these?
You can only
None of these
activate
answer
an
my
effect
question.
if you're currently able to perform all of its mandatory components. And if you do means that you can only do B if you do A, and if you can't, then you can't do anything. You cannot even activate the effect.
Okay. So I cannot. You can't activate, but can you resolve the effect?
Yeah, because that's literally, it just says
That's
like
a
you
different
can't
question, yeah.
activate the effect, but what if it's mid-chain? Because I tried to look like interrupt the mid-chain, but is there anything else? What about this? How come every single time we're looking up the ruling questions, it's every time like somehow people are answering everything related to that stuff except for the one thing that we're currently trying to. Oh, Facebook post from 2018.
Bro.
Okay, well, they were talking about Trishula and Trishula news theory material, so yeah, never mind. That is definitely a Facebook post. This is the type of stuff that we need AI for. Can we have a Yu-Gi-Oh AI that perfectly gives you answers to your... Like, you can literally just give it a scenario, it just knows.
Does the effect of a card still resolve if the requirements were met at the activation, but are no longer met at the time of resolution? In the scenario you described, that monster is not. For example, let's say my opponent monster reborns a monster in his graveyard. I chain with the effect of Fireball Dragon to send that monster to his hand. Fireball resolves. The monster reborn is the. This is the fucking
I was just gonna say,
stupidest version of asking this.
that is the weirdest example.
Why would you ask like this, man? For instance, take Sky Striker Airspace Area 0, a deck searching effect, which is a good example of an effect where the target is going to come away. It doesn't matter at all. You can draw one other card you control, excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add one excavated Sky Striker card to your hand. Also, shuffle the rest into the deck, and if you excavate a Sky Striker card, yeah, that resolves regardless of what. So the scenario is a card that moves between players is no longer the same card. If a target disappears, figure out which parts of the effect to perform using problem-solving card text. And even though the target is gone, you may still have to perform some parts of the... This doesn't answer shit. This guy had like a massive... Fucking...
You know what I just said about like we need AI to resolve stuff like this? And now the AI overview, when I changed my search a little bit, the AI overview popped up, and you know what it tells me? Yes, you can resolve the pendulum effect even if it leaves the field. Thank you, Google Gemini. It literally says that in the card as well, but thank you for telling me that when that was not nearly what I was asking for.
How do you want to rule this? You just decide.
Honestly, I'm down for either one. Okay, because all right, special blah 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 blah. Once per turn, you can target a card in a special in your pendulum zone. Special summon it. All right, but it has effect negated if you do immediately after this synchro summon using blah blah blah. I like, to me logically it would be like in this scenario it still summons the card because it's not like it doesn't it's not even like a pendulum effect, so it doesn't like, you don't have the continuous spell or like field spell customization there where it's like, all right, you need to be on board to resolve this stuff. It doesn't say anything about that stuff. So I like, in my mind, it's like you resolve it up until the point where like you can't anymore. So like in my mind, monkey board would still get summoned and negated, but you just don't obviously synchro summons because there's nothing you can do with it. Like, to me, that makes sense.
I mean, I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, it's already like at a point where it doesn't matter what I do. So just take 1,500. This gold is the extra, but yeah, I'll take 2.5 extra face up, main phase 2, odd ice fusion. use an odd ice monster by using materials from my extra deck as material. I would like to use an XYZ odd ice card and I would like to use odd ice raging dragon as one of the materials and a pendulum monster. That is the pendulum monster, never mind. And this odd ice meteor burst as the second material to summon out an odd ice vortex Doragon. And pass. Okay, that was
Draw standby main. Pot agreed.
Yeah.
Draw 2. Oh my god! You know what I drew with those two? Pot agreed.
Bro.
And the other card that I drew off my first pot agreed. Pot agreed.
You want to summon your Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, using your Eternal Soul?
I'd rather you not pop my, you know.
I still have to stress. Odd Ice Vortex Dragon says when a spell or trap card or another monster's effect is activated.
Oh yeah, it's not spell or trap card's effect. That's funny.
It's completely useless in this match.
It doesn't even stop a circle.
Nope.
It doesn't just...
If this dealt with circle at least, this would be pretty good. Like if I could just negate your Eternal Soul summon and it would pop your whole board, that would be perfect. But, you know.
I
This
mean...
thing also makes this difficult.
I mean, this doesn't give me the banish. I just need the banish, so... Might as well go for Illusion Magic to tribute my Dark Magician.
Before you do anything,
Yeah?
you are aware that Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, is treated as a Dark Magician while on the field and in the graveyard.
It would seem so.
You could just summon it with Eternal Soul.
Fine, I'll summon you.
Circle up.
But the issue is... Oh, wait. I was gonna say the issue is that... Never mind, I'm stupid. The entire time, my issue was that I don't have extra deck slots. But...
Bro.
Yeah, so I forgore.
He forgore.
I forgore. That's my bad.
He
Because
forgore
the
that he
entire
could summon this-
time I was trying to like go around the fact that I don't have extra deck slots, but yeah, bro, Pot of Greed that drew another 2 Pot of Greed when I had what 26 cards in my deck. What the fuck?
That's kind of crazy.
But yeah, we have a whole another episode to record, and I don't really have much to say because my deck was Eternal Soul, Dark Magical Circle control, as basically any I guess Dark Magician deck for the time would be, and I happened to every single game I happened to get those in my first 2 turns, so it was basically just like, well, does Jeexx have a MST before my Dragon Knight comes up or not? And that's it.
So these 12 cards that I currently sent in my graveyard
Yep.
are all searchers.
Yep.
Yep.
We saw one Pendulum
They're
Call.
all in my deck.
We saw one Pendulum Call that was ashed
Not all of
immediately,
them.
the entire set.
Yeah. And then there's, of course, the Sky
You
Irises.
got Skyrace, you got Skull Acrobat, you have Arc Rebellion kind, or whatever when the Pendulum is.
Arc Rebellion
and then,
is
like,
a-
Monkey Board, so...
Yeah.
Like,
It's
there's a lot there.
This deck has so many searchers. The reason why I'm playing 60 cards is because, well, reasonably,
Oh wait,
I
I
will be
didn't even
drawing
realize you
into-
were playing 60 cards.
yeah, reasonably, I will be drawing into one of these cards.
I mean, 40%
in my
of your deck
top
is
7.
searchers.
Yeah, 40% of my deck are searchers. So reasonably, I'll be drawing into one of these 7 cards, and then I'll just thin my deck out so that every single time I draw, my chance of drawing into a another searcher or higher. I didn't try into like more searchers outside of terraforming.
You remember, Jeexx, when you told me that, like, this guy, you went to gamble with 27%, he clicked Blizzard and thought he was gonna hit? This guy thought he was gonna hit the 40%?
I mean, it's
Life is
not
cool.
even 40% because it's like every single card that I draw is
Yeah,
that.
it's like
So
you're
the odds are
40%, then
actually,
you're like 40, yeah, but multiples
Yeah,
of that,
like-
but...
in my top 7, I should have one of these cards essentially. That's the
Statistically,
theory.
yes.
Statistically, yeah. And if I'm playing Magic the Gathering Arena, it's actually not 40%. It's actually 1 in 2. Because for some reason, land and not land are the same, like essentially just treated as equal. Thank you,
Imagine the
Magic
Gathering,
Arena.
if you need a land, you will not draw a land, but if you don't need a land, you will draw a land.
I'm also legitimately convinced that the drawing in Arena is absolute dog shit. Like, it just doesn't work half the time. But yeah, that's I was running Zark obviously in here because I have chronograph. I also didn't get any chronographs going, but chronograph is like the only way that I have into going into Zark in this. Outside of Mythical Synchro Fusion, obviously. But chronograph essentially allows me to turbo out some cards from my hand without having to expend my precious extra monster zone for that.
Yeah.
Because I need that thing.
You and your Zarks, but yeah, like I said it earlier, but I think like the cool thing there was like just showcasing like how, because obviously every single deck that wasn't around links like got kneecapped by this, but like it's by far obviously the biggest hit was to pendulums. The rest of the stuff that I just didn't get to go into. I had Dark Magician Girl initially as one copy, but then I just took it out.
I was running Magi back. I was running my first iteration of this thing.
Yeah,
because I
you
could
summoned
summon
it, right?
Magi using chronograph. No, I didn't get to summon it. I
Oh,
remember
okay.
I showed it up, but I was
guess
like,
I just remember.
I didn't have a line into it. I was asking about it because it wasn't released.
Yeah, I do remember that. And it like I'm pretty sure like that was already when I was like decided that this episode I would play either this or Sidra, and I was like, oh, of course if I'm playing this, of course I'm playing Magician Gal, so that's why the answer was like, yeah, of course. And like, you know, we're never getting this card in the West, so might as well.
Yeah.
If we get to use it, then we get to use it. And it's not like it's a good card. It's nothing like insanely game warping, but it's a good card, so it's nice that it might show up sometimes.
Yeah, like the fact that it has what is essentially a weaker version of Monster Reborn and a weaker version of Change of Heart isn't bad. Those two cards are not exactly easy to get into, but Magician as a word is like the third most common in the word in the game. Was it?
Just the like part about like needing to level 6 spellcasters is like the hardest part about it, but it's neat. But yeah, like I don't. Dark Magician is one of those like we've talked about BatChest archetypes that I think there's the least likely chance that I will play in the future. That's ultimately how I also decided to play this over Sidra, because I think there's a higher chance that I end up playing Sidra in the future than Dark Magician. So that's why I end up playing Dark Magician. But there is still a chance that I play it in the future, but no promises there. But yeah, more than that, like we said, like this felt like a slightly lower power level set overall, because it was just like a bunch of stuff that we had seen previously, and obviously like Pendulum was super neuter, but still, you know, I always enjoy playing with some fan favorites archetypes, as you will probably also see next week with Circuit Break or Circuit Breakers. I don't remember.
Circuit Break.
But yeah, anything you want to say about this before we get out of here?
We'll be back at it again once Electromite drops.
Oh yeah, that it's gonna be big. Let's have it. Electromite and actually get to play with it. But yeah, that is in the future. But thank you so very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next week for Circuit Break, maybe. See you then.
Break.
Circuit Break, yeah. Or maybe we'll be playing a completely different set called Circuit Breakers. Who knows? You just have to turn in. You have to turn in next time to find out. We'll see you then. Peace.